Okay, for this segment of the blend and bowl test, I'm actually going to make Greg Doucette's apple goop, and I'm doing a very, very small portion. I have 100 grams of apples here. They're little Fuji apples. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can drop these in here. I might have to cut them up a little bit smaller, but I'm making basically just a topping of for my oats. So apple goop is really great. I love it. It's like the innards of an apple pie. And I'm not using the app because I've never made such a small amount before, and I want to see how it comes out. And so I'm doing the trying to get in the camera here. This is kind of a big piece. It does fit in there. I'm just going to go ahead and still kind of cut it a little bit smaller. There we go. Let me just do this here. I don't want to do that. The risk of getting my 3500 dirty, but you know, it's the kitchen, so okay, we were able to get that much in there. Now I'm going to add some oats. I don't need this. I only did that to cut out the apples. It's going to be about 10 grams of oats. Now, normally I could put rolled oats, like a chopped up version, but these are already kind of pre-chopped up. So I'm just going to add 10 grams here. Okay, it's about 10 grams. And a little bit of cinnamon. A little bit of cinnamon. Let's see here. Now we'll just go ahead and tap it in there. And the idea is to coat the apples. That should be good. Just to coat the apples in the rolled oats and cinnamon. And it's very easy to do with the Vitamix. So let's see how to do this with the blending bowl. This is something I haven't tested, so yeah. All right, we are lined up. And we should be detected here. We'll see just how well we can get the, let's see, about 2 or 3, and we just pulse it maybe. Probably even at a 2. Let's just pulse it. Okay. This makes it very easy to shake up really good. Now normally, I have to get the tamper to do this kind of stuff. If I had cut the apples maybe a little bit smaller, it would work fine. Look, no detection problems, it's detecting it every time. And there's no liquid in here, so it's all just trying to grind everything together. Yeah, if I had cut the apples a little bit smaller, this would be a lot easier. But it is working very nice. So, let's just... I want it a little bit finer than that. Yeah, it's doing pretty good. Trying to get some of that apple in there. So let me just try. Like I said, I haven't really tested this out. So I think that's pretty good because all I want to do is chop the apples. And if you can see in there, you can see the apples are chopped up and coated in the rolled oats and the cinnamon. So that was actually pretty simple to do. Nice little small deal here. That was actually really, really simple. Yep, and now because I can do this like simply as a topping in this small little bowl, I could also put the lid on it, whatever, save it for later. And then just little small amounts. And you know how you cut up apples and whatnot, and they begin to oxidize and whatever. This, you can keep it nice and fresh and do it as you please. So let's switch over here because we're pretty much done with that whole part of it. Now what I'm going to do is make the liquid portion of this. Okay, so I'm going to take this actually into a ramekin. Put this into a ramekin here. I'm going to cook this up real good. Actually, this ramekin's kind of small. Like I said, I'm just kind of winging it. That ramekin's going to be too small. Let me get a smaller bowl here. The idea is, because I'm going to make the liquid part of it. Yeah. Because I'm going to make the liquid part of it. And that's going to cook up real good. There we go. And the small bits will won't take as long to cook, so they're going to get nice and soft. And there was one or two large bits, which is good because I like a little bit of chunk in it. So it's like you have the mushy apple, and then you have, one or two slightly bigger chunks, which, a couple of another little pulses and they would have been taken care of by the bowl. So that's going to be that. Let me get the water portion of it. Now I'm going by paper recipe here. So I'm just going to go with a 1 cup water, and I'm actually just going to fill this bowl with the water. And it has the markings up here, so I'm just going to fill it up with the water, and I'm going to just hit the put the xanthan gum in there, which will thicken it up for the mixture, and it'll also take care of all this rolled oats and cinnamon and make it nicey flavor. And yeah, that's about it. So here we go here. Alrighty. Now I'm going to add the xanthan gum to it. Now this is going to take a really small amount because the recipe is so small now. And this is, let's see, 1.5. This takes 3 teaspoons, so it's going to be about, let's see, half teaspoon. Probably going to be about 3/4 teaspoon. So that should do. And so we're going to put the blade base back on. Okay. I do the lefty loosey to get the threads to line up, and then once it drops in, go righty tighty, and you're done. And we are within the range here. Okay, and it's going to take a few seconds to, let's put 10 seconds to go ahead and mix this up at high speed. Oh yeah, perfect, nice and thick. So now we're going to take that, move over here, put our bowl here. Like I said, this is the first time I've done this, so I'm not very streamlined with it yet, but I can guarantee that if I do this a few times, I'll be an expert. So you just pour that on here. Okay, see how the mixture is nice and thick? So I'm going to go ahead and cook this up for about 5 minutes in the microwave. 5 minutes in the microwave, this will be nice and cooked up. And you can see how much it makes. Now, I've also, this makes about 100 calories worth of this apple goop, 100 calories. And I'm gonna add that to my current oatmeal, which has been kind of sitting on the side here. I made a peanut butter last night, so I also made, with the remnants of the peanut butter on the side of the jar, I made the nut milk by just adding water, hitting a blend, and then I saved it. And then I just cooked the oatmeal in that nut milk, so that's ready. It's still nice and hot. And I'm gonna put the apple goop on top of the oats. And then I'm gonna top that off with some Greek yogurt, and then you're gonna see how nicey that comes out. All right, the apple goop is made, nice and cooked. This bowl is extremely hot. And I'm just gonna take that and pour that on top of my oatmeal. And this will make a complete breakfast. It's actually burning my fingers. Oh my God, I gotta hurry up. It's burning my fingers. I don't have those, my oven mitts. I don't know where they are. But okay, that's done. Oh my God, oof, yeah, that was hot. Oof, this stuff is really hot. So now I have a layer of oats and nut milk, a peanut milk, and I have this apple goop on top. And it's gonna be incredibly amazing. And so what I had in my microwave was simply my coffee, because I'm gonna have coffee with this. Yes. And now I'm gonna go ahead and top it with some Greek yogurt and maple syrup. Have it right here. I'm just gonna get something to pour it on here. I'm going to add just a few grams of non-fat Greek yogurt. I'm trying to stir it up here. You know how you have to stir this stuff up. It separates. Okay. That should be about 45 grams. Pretty much close to on the money. All right. Can't go wrong with Greek yogurt, it's so good. And now, I'm going to take just a little bit of extra cinnamon, because why not? And pop that on there. So this whole meal is probably about 300 calories. The apple goop is 100 calories. I added probably about less than 50 calories worth of Greek yogurt. And the oats is probably about 100 and another 100 calories. So yeah, around anywhere between 200 and 300 calories, something like that. And oh, you know, I know what we can do extra. This is still extremely hot, so this is what I'm going to do extra, because we're going to make this like really cool. I have my other bowl here. Actually, let me just reuse this other bowl. I just rinsed these, but that's okay. Just take a paper towel and such and dry it up real quick. Just going to dry it up. Okay. Dry the blade base up. Now the reason I'm drying it up is because I'm going to add just a couple of peanuts in here. So let's take this, put it on the side for a moment. I'm just going to chop up some peanuts. 0. And we'll add just about, we'll add about 15 grams. Just like that. That's all I really need for my meal. Obviously, you can put a little bit more, but let's just see how well we can chop up this amount. All right, we can chop it up with about maybe 3. Just like that. Look at that. These little blending bowls really come in handy. Nice little chopped nuts to go on top of this apple pie-esque type oatmeal. Sprinkle that on there. Look at that. Oh yeah. This is going to be definitely a meal for the ages. And these little blending bowls really do come in handy. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to enjoy this with my coffee. And so we've done some chopping with the blending bowls, and so far fantastic. And no detection problems with the Vitamix at all. You see me repeatedly remove and replace the bowl, and it's working perfectly.